U.S. military and health officials are looking into how live samples of anthrax were somehow accidentally shipped to military installations in the U.S. and one base abroad. The shipments were part of a research project to develop a test to identify biological threats.
There are no reports that anyone is infected, but more than 24 U.S. military personnel are now undergoing precautionary treatments because they may have been exposed to the dangerous bacteria.
22 of the people receiving precautionary treatment are at Osan Air Base in South Korea. Our Kathy Novak is just outside the air base and joins us now with an update. And Kathy, I'm just wondering, when did officials there realize they were dealing with potentially fatal samples rather than the safe ones?
Well, it was on Wednesday, Errol, that emergency personnel came in here to destroy the live sample that was discovered here at Osan Air Base, decontaminate the facility, and have these 22 people who may have been exposed to the live anthrax undergo this precautionary medical treatment that you're referring to. That includes getting tested, being given antibiotics, and in some cases being given vaccinations. The alarm was raised back in the United States. The sample originated from a lab in Utah. It sent live samples that should have been inactive to the training base here and also to 9 other states in the United States. It was a Maryland-based lab that raised the alarm and then had this urgent review of all of these places where the anthrax could have affected.
And we should note that the Centers for Disease Control in the U.S., the CDC, I mean, everyone's saying there's no risk to any members of the public because of this. This is, as we show, kind of a map where some of these anthrax samples were sent. But do tell us why this stuff is even being sent and studied by the U.S. military in the first place, and what exactly it is they're trying to develop with it.
Well, of course, anthrax is very dangerous. It can be used as a biological weapon. In the wake of 9/11, we saw it used in the U.S. mail, 5 deaths related to that incident there. So there are concerns about whether or not it could be used in biological warfare. So what was being done with it? It was training with the U.S. military to develop tests to detect it in these kinds of environments. And it is a rather routine training that these people were going through. They should have been working with inactive anthrax, as we were talking about. And yes, you mentioned there that the authorities are saying there is no current risk to the public, but it is a major concern that anthrax that should have been inactive was in fact live and sent out to all of these labs. And it wasn't until these people may have been exposed that it was finally realized and deactivated.
All right, Kathy Novak for us just outside the Osan Air Base, approaching, what is it, 4:45 in the afternoon. Kathy, thanks.